course, someone might have even used it loosely, and then we're always asking ourselves, okay, what does this DeFi actually means? What does it actually mean? So today we'll be exploring that concept DeFi. Okay, coming. So we'll be exploring that concept DeFi. I don't know if you can see. Let me share my screen. Okay, so can you see my screen? All right, I want to believe you can see my screen. Okay, let me follow on the chat. So you can just use the chat to let me know if you can see my screen. Okay, great. So we want to look at what is DeFi. Okay, exploring the concept DeFi. DeFi is an acronym for the word Decentralized Finance, and we've had it being used especially in the crypto space and in the blockchain space. You say, oh, DeFi token. Someone said, oh, this project is providing DeFi services and the likes like that. So let me proceed. So what is DeFi? Like I said, DeFi is a short form of decentralized finance, right? Just like we have CeFi, which is centralized finance. Okay. Now, to wrap it up, like DeFi is in a slide here, it says DeFi is an umbrella term for peer-to-peer financial services on the public blockchain, primarily Ethereum. And says DeFi is a collective term for financial products and services that are accessible to anyone who uses Ethereum, anyone with an internet connection. Now, the interesting thing here is that now DeFi, decentralized finance, is that concept that explores the use of code, right? It explores the use of code in rendering financial services, right? It explores the use of smart contracts in rendering financial services. Now, I'm sure some of you might have also heard about smart contract, then, because there won't be any decentralized finance without a code always in a smart contract. Now, some of us might have entered into a business deal where you say, oh, I'm bringing in some amount of money, you're bringing some amount of money, right? Let's enter a contract. Then the person brings a paper, right? And writes his or her name, tells you to write your own name. The person signs it, his lawyer signs it, then you sign it, your lawyer will sign it. Now, that paper, we call it hard contract. Hard contract. Why? Because it is what we can see and touch, right? We can feel it in a file. Hard contract. Now, but interestingly, some funny things do happen along the line as people do manipulate this hard contract, right? As people do manipulate it. We've seen historical records of transactions being manipulated. And then by the time somebody is telling you, oh, you say, oh, this transaction occurred at so time. Don't say no, it did not occur. And then on getting to the main transaction like this, you discover that what the other person is saying which is truly false, is what you are seeing on the account statement, right? Now, because that is not done through a smart contract, right? It's an hard contract. It's something that it's a data that is easily manipulated, right? But for DeFi, being carried out through a smart contract, right, by rendering financial products as peer-to-peer, right, that smart contract now, becomes immutable, right? Someone, a third party or any of the party within the agreement cannot change it, okay? And this smart contract, is like a program where you've told the like a protocol rather, where you've told the contract to execute certain instructions, certain actions when some conditions are met, right? Now, it's like smart is being given an instruction. I'm going into a loan deal with you, right? So you have some money, but that money is not enough, and you need some certain amount of money, okay? Now, that money that you have, you want to take a loan, like from a smart contract app now, and from a DeFi app now, that money that you have, that those tokens that you have in your wallet would be used as will be locked, right? Why you would be able to borrow money, right? So when you borrow money now, it's already in the smart contract, okay, that at some period of time you are returning the money back. If at that period of time you are not returning the money back, all your assets should be sent to this other party, right? Because it's a smart contract binding you now. So you see all these activities where we see loan apps giving people money and people running away with the money, or even as at this morning I was still seeing a particular company, they had to do an ad, trying to tell their borrowers, who are their debtors rather, who had borrowed money from them, telling them that, in the ad, in the graphics, it was showing, it said, we have played our part, you to play your own. Kindly return the money you've borrowed at the due date. We have so many people who borrow money and default on it. We have so many contracts being signed, and yet the other party would fail to bring it to do the part of his own contract, and yet might go scot-free. There are higher chances that the person will go scot-free, right? So, but when this DeFi is being implemented, right, decentralizing finance by the use of smart contracts, okay, which follow certain protocols, so a particular condition must be met, and the smart contract, once the condition meets the smart contract, once the condition meets what's in the smart contract, the action that is imputed into it will be executed. Now, so that's what we see what's happening in the blockchain space now. Okay, now, and this DeFi started with the Ethereum network, right, where financial products and services are being created. So many of them are being created from the Ethereum network to be able to decentralize finance, where the need for a third party and the need for a central party is no longer necessary, right? So DeFi takes away the middleman, right, and brings the trust that me and you, the both of us, are looking for, right? So the reason why I went to keep my money in the bank is because I trust the bank to keep that money for me, right? The reason why I take up an insurance is that I trust the insurance company to indemnify me of my loss You get, in a situation where that loss happens, or that insurance coverage that I've paid for is going to happen, right? So now I'm putting my trust in that firm, a third party. Okay. Now the reason why I'm putting my trust in that third party in the bank is because I am not confident enough that if I keep those money at home, it won't be stolen or it won't misplaced. Right? Now, I'm not confident about the security of the funds being with me at home or just walking around with big funds, money around. But with decentralized finance, the third party is being removed, right? And then I can cast my trust on the smart contract, right? And that's what we call it the blockchain a trustless system. A trustless system. So what you are trusting is not a third party, it's not an institution, it's not an individual, but a code, a smart contract, right? Which cannot be manipulated. Okay, a smart contract. Now, of course, we've had about several incidents of hackers breaking into the bank's treasury and taking up funds, robbery, and stealing away funds and the likes. We've also had about those in the blockchain also. But the interesting thing is that the security of the blockchain is more reliable, right? It's more reliable than any other security granted by any traditional financial system. And interestingly, DeFi is becoming stronger and stronger by the day. I would share with you the growth system of DeFi, the trend of DeFi from 2020 to 2021 and 2022. So that you can see that so much is coming into DeFi, and DeFi is getting stronger and stronger every day. Which means in my children, right, would be doing almost everything with smart contracts. All transactions with smart contracts, right? Sending money home and abroad, remittance with smart contracts. And what are these smart contracts come to solve? They have come to solve the problem of speed, transparency, fees, and some other aspects in which I will be sharing with us in our slides. The next one is, what is DeFi? A movement that uses open source and distributed network to transform traditional financial products into reliable and transparent protocol without intermediary. Now, some of you don't know that you can borrow money with some DeFi apps now. You can borrow money from some DeFi apps. You can. There is an app that offers insurance, a DeFi product that offers insurance, banking, name it, mutual fund, asset management, name it, investment banking, name it. And these DeFi products coming out will become more and more stronger. The thing is, because while we are seeing some downsides and some downside and instability at this period in the blockchain space, this was hacked, that was hacked, is because the blockchain space is still at its embryonic stage. Embryonic meaning that it is just growing. And in fact, I would even have to congratulate everybody listening to me now, because I'm congratulating you, because if you take advantage of the fact that you are in this market early, I'm telling you, I can guarantee you that if you stay here enough, participate enough, you will never have to lack anything in terms of finance. When you take advantage of the product offerings in DeFi, when you take advantage of the career path in DeFi, I tell you, it's a lot to explore. Okay. Now the next one, we'll look at DeFi and traditional finance. DeFi and traditional finance. Now, when you talk about, let's look at what DeFi offers and what traditional finance offers. Okay. Now, in DeFi, you owed your money. You owed your money. Now, by the meaning of you owed your money means that you are the custodian of your money. That's when you are using a decentralized exchange. Okay, if you are using exchanges like Binance and the likes, they are the one who is in custodian of your money, right? But if you use a decentralized exchange, okay, like MetaMask, Trust Wallet, you are the custodian of your funds. Okay, and if you don't have any business with trading, like with catching high and low moves in the market, I would recommend that you use a non-custodian wallet, which is a decentralized wallet, a decentralized exchange, not Binance. Okay, because when you're using Binance, it's a custodian. Your fund is with Binance, so at least Binance can still do anything they want to do with it. Okay, don't forget, Binance specifically for those who wants to trade. Yes, they have spot offerings, but I would recommend you use a decentralized exchange where you are the custodian of your wallet. Okay, you are the custodian of your fund. Your fund, some of you who have opened a decentralized exchange before, you will discover that they give you some 12 or 24 mnemonic numbers. That right now, those mnemonic numbers are where your money is. In fact, you can move with those mnemonic number given to you. You can, if you put it on Trust Wallet, your money will show. If you put it on MetaMask, your money will show. If you put it on Kapla, your money will show. That's because your money is in a smart contract that has been encoded into those numbers, right? So those numbers are your money, and you are in custody of it. So you don't if you are careless and you lost those numbers, or you misplaced those numbers, or you don't keep them safely, your money is gone, right? But that's not to scare anybody. That's to tell you that if you want to be in custody of your fund through a centralized exchange, you have to be mindful of the security of your mnemonics, your mnemonic code, or your private key. It's either you are given a private key which you can put in any decentralized exchange, and you will see your money reflect. Now the next one is you control where your money goes. Okay, so the first one I said, you owed your money. In traditional finance, your money is held by a company. In DeFi, you control where your money goes and how it is spent, right? But in decentralized finance, you have to trust companies, right? You have to trust companies not to mismanage your money. Okay? How many of you have woke up one day and you just see a strange debit on your account, and they are telling you it's so and so charge, so and so charge, so and so charge? If you put that in a decentralized exchange, in a DeFi product, nobody will come and say they are removing this because you kept money on the listing. No, because the money is in a smart contract. Okay. Now the next one says transfer of funds happen in minutes. in a traditional finance, payment can take days due to manual, processes. Now you look at how difficult it is for us in Nigeria to receive remittance, except for those who want to receive remittance into their dollar account and then have to go to the bank to withdraw the physical dollar and then be looking for one aboki on the street to exchange the dollar. Where life is already very easy for people, I remember those times. I will now go to the bank and then I will queue. On the queue they will give me a form. I'll have to fill the form and then the code, and then give the young lady there, and then I would have to wait for some minutes while she process it, and then she will come and tell me, oh, you can only withdraw 1,000 and $100. The remaining $20 there, we can't be able to process that because we don't have $20 available. So now which means invariably I would have to defer that $200. And then these are things that in decentralized finance, I will just send you my wallet ID and you credit me and say, oh, after some minutes I see it and I said, okay, I've seen it, fine. And then I convert it to stablecoin, or I say, okay, fine, I want to receive the money in stablecoin, and I receive the money in stablecoin without anybody charging me extravagantly, without me queuing up, without me losing unnecessary fat, by running around in the sun looking for one aboki and all that, And for those who receive money through TransferWise, sometimes if you are receiving money through TransferWise, it takes some days. Sometimes 1 hour. Sometimes it take a day, for the money to reflect, except for those who are sending within Europe account. If you are sending to Nigeria, this thing, it always take 1 or 2 days. They will tell you 1 to 3 business days before your money can reflect. And I know some of us might also have faced some of all those ordeals in payment, right? And some of those who even use PayPal, you have to start looking for who wants to buy PayPal, and the person will now give you at a very ridiculous, exchange rate that is below the parallel market rate, which is more enjoyable rate for each and every one of us, right? So why should I exchange my money for 415, when I can exchange it for 518 naira? So these are the challenges for persons who are also in countries where it is difficult to send in money. With Defi, you don't need any third party, right? All you just need is to send the person your wallet. The person sends the money. Your money reflect, no story. The next one is transfer of funds. Sorry, I said that. The next one is transaction activity is pseudonymous, right? Is pseudonymous, which means that no one will know who the real sender is or who the real receiver is. Okay, you just see something like, have you read for those who are following crypto news, you just hear they will say, oh, a strange wallet just bought so and so amount of BTC, just bought so amount of Ethereum, right? An unknown address, you get, an unknown this and unknown that. Okay, which means you can move funds, large amount of funds within the DeFi space without anybody knowing that fund is coming to you. Of course, people can go and read this what is it called? And people can go and scan the transaction ID. They can only know that this is the amount of money that entered into this address. This is the amount of money that, so that address is in different kind of number. That transaction ID will be in different kind of number, so it's untraceable, right? You will know it's so and so person, right? So you only know that, oh, the funds entered into this wallet. You won't know the specific person who received the funds. That's DeFi offerings. Now, DeFi is open to anyone. DeFi is open to anyone. For traditional finance, you must apply to use their services, right? You will fill form, and then sometimes your approval will be delayed and a lot of stuff like that before you could use a product. I remember going to the bank 3 times, last 2 weeks or last 3 weeks, just because I needed a particular product. I had filled form, I had to be coming back to remind the banker that how far now, you guys should have processed this thing. And it was just still there until I vexed and decided, no, I'm not doing it again. You understand? So for DeFi now, once you carry out your transaction, once you place your request for anything, it is done within the time frame. Okay? Now, it is built on transparency. Why traditional financial institutions are closed books, right? The CEO can offer secret loans. You get, can render preferential treatment, give access to loan to his friends and deny others who really needs that loan, right? So many deficiencies in the traditional space are being trashed, are being cleared out in the DeFi space. Okay, great. So the next one. Now, how does DeFi works? Now, for CeFi now, you look at decentralized finance. Sarah goes to the bank to deposit some funds. Now, why the bank is responsible to the CBN, right? The CBN is controlled by the CBN governor. Okay. Now, funds being sent from Sarah to Robert, would have to go through this process. Okay. Now you should have heard of recent happenings where CBN will now say, close this person's account. Those things are not possible in DeFi. Just like I stated, in DeFi, you don't know who is receiving the money. You only know where the money is going to. Right? So, and that is it. So for decentralized finance now, because it's a peer-to-peer, what's it called? It's a peer-to-peer activity, where you have a product which you want to sell, and somebody needs that product, a DeFi product, and a person buys from you and sends you, and you get back your money. Right? Those are DeFi offerings, decentralized. Now, and how did it all started? How did it all get started? Bitcoin in many ways was the first DeFi application, right? And Bitcoin lets you really own and control the value of the things you send and receive all around the world. Now, it does this by providing a way of large number of people who don't trust each other. This large number of people don't trust each other to agree on a ledger of account without the need for a trusted intermediary. Right? So imagine I don't trust you, you don't trust me. But because of a technology, right? Because of a technology of some smart contract, some code, we are able to trust that code, that I am trusting that code that you won't default on this agreement, and I won't default on the agreement too, right? So though we don't trust each other, but we trust the ledger of account, right? We trust the code, we trust the protocol. That is DeFi, eradicating middlemen. Now, what can you do with DeFi? There are decentralized alternatives to the most financial services. Ethereum also creates opportunity for for creating financial products that are completely new. This is an ever-growing list. Number one thing DeFi offers you is to send money around the globe, access stable currencies, borrow funds with collateral, borrow without collateral, start crypto savings, trade tokens, grow your portfolio, fund your ideas, buy insurance, manage your portfolio. These are DeFi offerings. And then let me walk you through some of the DeFi products. Now, so this platform is one of the best platforms you can use to track DeFi products, right? For those who also want to run analysis with them, this is one of very, very useful tool that you can use, to measure, to analyze DeFi products. Okay, let this load. I want to now. You could see the current total value locked in DeFi as of today is $205.9 billion. $205.9 billion. That's to tell you how much fast growing DeFi is. Now let's come to look at 2020. January 4. You can see the code is being shown here. Look at those figures moving at the side. Good. So if you look at 20, let's come from 2019. As of March 2019, the total value locked in DeFi was $307 million. You can't see my screen. Oh, let me share it. Share it. Can you see my screen now?
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay, good. Thanks for calling my attention. So I was explaining. I said, look at this. Look at it. This platform now, you can use it to analyze DeFi products. Okay, DeFi products. Now, if you look at this, chart. Look at these figures moving above here. Where is my mouse is? Now, if you look at this, as of April 1st, 2019, the total value locked in DeFi was $318.23 million. Okay, that's 2019. Now, let's come check 2020, April 1st. Let's follow that April 1st. Right? So, as of April 1st, 2019, what do you see here? Almost half the value has increased. You get by additional from 300 to 500, by additional 200 billion. Okay, as of April. Now let's go to 2021, April 1st, 2021. Okay, April 1st, 2021. Okay, I'm unable to get it. Okay, let me just stay on that second. I'm unable to track that up. All right, let me. Okay, good. Now, look at the figure that we are seeing here. From 5.500 and something million, okay, in 2020 to 65. Look at it. To to 74 billion. 74 billion as a 2nd of April. That's massive. And that's not enough. Now, look at where we are. Okay? Where we are. Okay? Look at it. Where we are. Now, if you get in here, when the total value locked in DeFi is $205 billion. Okay. Now, if you pick a DeFi product and you get into that DeFi product, now imagine when these 200 and something billion becomes 1 trillion locked in DeFi. $1 trillion locked in DeFi. If we don't even say 1 trillion, let's say double of this or double of this, and we're looking at 600 billion. It's not far-fetched. Okay, it's not far-fetched, right? So we can see how DeFi is growing really, really massive. Really, really massive. Several products being offered. Let me show you, let me walk you through some products. Let me see if I can see. Okay. Now look at different products here. Let me see. Okay. Some products are for service offering. So you see, some of the products here are for decentralized exchanges, for lending, for bridging, for yield, for CDP, for staking, for yield aggregation, for services. Can you see that? For derivatives, see this, for payments, for synthetics, for insurance, reserve currency, options, indexes, privacy, cross-chain, minting, launchpad, gaming, prediction of market, Oracle. Now, this is something that you should not ignore. The DeFi space is something that you should not ignore. Okay? And that is why you need to take this seriously and take advantage of it. You want to do more, you might want to do more research on DeFi, because what I've just done is to explore the concept of DeFi. So I don't know if there are any questions. I'm open to answering your questions. If there are any questions, you can just unmute yourself and ask. If you have any question, you can also drop it on the group. If you can also drop it on the group. If you have any question. Was it explanatory enough? Was it something you got value from? Did you understand DeFi better now? Does it make any difference to you? I would love to know. Okay. Yeah. Okay, Shuffle, you are speaking. So I can't hear you. I don't know if it's me or. So if you want to speak, you can unmute yourself and speak. Sorry, I can't hear Shuffle. I don't know if any other person can hear him, but from my end, I can't hear him. Okay, Uche now wants to speak. All right, Uche, now you can speak now. But I can't hear anybody speaking yet. If you have any question, you can also drop it on the group. Okay? I don't seem to hear anybody, and I don't know why. Okay? So okay, great. Someone said I understand the concept of DeFi better now. Okay. So please, let's know that this session is always a weekly session, and we are not just doing it for doing sake, right? The reason why we keep doing it is because you are here, right? If there's nobody here, then I won't be here to talk. Okay? So it's a knowledge sharing session. It's for us to become more literate, with the things happening around us, especially in the blockchain and the crypto space, and for us to make better decisions as we engage with this product and this fast rising innovations. So mark it down in your calendar every Tuesday by 8. You should always meet us here. If there's any topic you want us to explore, if there's any area you want us to touch on, you can always drop it on the group or reach out to our admin, the community manager. Okay, yeah, the community manager. So that's something Oga, you can reach out to him. Okay, so I appreciate your time. Thank you for joining us. Good night, everyone. See you in the next session on Tuesday next week.